September 28th, Sunday evening. I really don't even know why I'm shooting a video, but I am, and I'm going to be walking and talking as I'm doing it because I do better that way. And I don't feel like I'm being watched or sitting in one damn place because everybody seems to gather up. I don't know. You tell me. These cars wasn't down there a minute ago. Where the hell they're at? Oh, there they are. All gathered up. All white cars. I don't know. It's just kind of funny. I come down here and then there they are. All of them. Strange. Anyway, walking and talking. Do better that way. Anyway, I don't really have much to report. I'm getting tired of waiting on things. I'm trying to be patient. As the Lord gives me answers and I pray for answers, He gives me, answers to my questions about my inheritance and what's going on in my life and what the next phase is. Because the next phase is nothing shy of amazing. It better be. Because I've worked my butt off to get where I'm at. And, I have enough clues from online videos and things and people, that give me the clues. People I know. They give me clues into knowing all this is real. I'm faced with, my opposition or the people who's done this to me saying, or making excuses for why they did it. And I don't care how you shake it or, what angle you jab it, it's all the same. It's done to me, not out of love, but out of envy and desperation and a smear campaign. And it was made to destroy me. Electronic gang stalking, electronic harassment is made to destroy somebody, slow cook them, or make them look nuts and go crazy, mentally make them go nuts. And that's been done to me. It was done to me. It was, suggested, I don't know how many times from family members, oh, you need to get a mental health check, you need a mental health check. And I had done that in prison twice, because it's mandatory. And the second time was done on a parole violation that they sent me to silence me. After threatening to sue this town, the one I'm in, because I busted them gang stalking me and have the evidence to prove it. And so they start freaking out, find every reason they can. And the next Monday I'm in prison over admitting I got high and admitting to him without even having to UA me. I should have got outpatient at worst. I should have got nothing for being honest, but we see what honesty buys in this world. I'm dead honest, and it only gets me in trouble, and my enemies use it against me. And what's been done to me, this electronic harassment is done, not to try and help somebody like it's being painted. It's made to destroy somebody, or make them look nuts, or make them go nuts, so they can wrap red tape in them, around them to get away with the shit that they're trying to get away with. And it didn't work, and I saw through everything. God gave me the answers. But I don't want to keep rambling on with that. I don't care how you shake it. What they did was wrong. You can try to say it's out of love, but sending me demons and trying to destroy me or make me look crazy, smear my name, trying to make me something I'm not through curses and screwing with my head, mind control techniques through CIA operations and their techniques to try to change me, try to make me displeasing to God, I guess. I don't know. But it didn't work because God had it all under control. I knew He did from the get-go. 13 years ago when this attack started on me, I saw everything from that day forward. People think I'm oblivious to this shit, but I see it all, and so does God. And there's going to come a time where this truth comes about and comes out, and it's now. I'm done putting up with the bullshit. I'm tired of playing the game. I'm not their star actor. This is real life for me. Well, everybody runs around and chases me around and looks like idiots for whatever reason. You know, I'm a star actor, but I ain't getting paid shit. You know, this abundance of mine that's supposed to be here, that's, you know, overflowing, that I'm supposed to take and do God's will with it, is exactly what I'm going to do with it. I'm responsible with money. I've been taught that way. You know, I'm frugal. I had to teach myself surviving out here on the streets from day one. You know, I've lived in lack. I've never had anything. And, you know, I've had what I needed growing up, but I'm still the type of person to go to Salvation Army. You know, why spend $100 when you can spend 10 and recycle? But that's the way I grew up and the way I am now, and I'm still having to live that way. When I'm being told my whole life I've been making money and I'm a trillionaire or a billionaire, and that I've got all these trust funds and they're not being given up to me because of this manipulation, and the people that are so-called doing this out of love is holding all this shit, and the Masons are holding all this money I have because of materialistic views and materialistic things that, you know, are not what God sees. You know, I've proven myself over and over and over, so that's not the deal. You know, it's the guilt that's tying this up, and it shouldn't be squandered from me under any reasons or any means to begin with, especially under something that is of this world that God doesn't even care about. He's not, and not in my case, he's not caring about it because he knows Trent has control. Trent has self-control, and everybody else knows too. I'm not going to sit here and explain this shit to anybody anymore. They can use whatever excuse they want, but no, none of it holds water, and there's no excuse that they should be holding my monetary, spiritual inheritance, you too, from me. It's all it's doing is holding me up from doing God's will and me starting these businesses and organizations for the kingdom of heaven that's supposed to be brought in. And I'm waiting on my soulmate. She's probably being held up too. But people need to understand, first of all, my sexuality is my own fucking business, and that's the problem. People got into my business and started smearing my personal information about when they shouldn't have. And on top of that, what's been done to me is cruel and evil, and they didn't stop. When I've warned them, they better stop. Shit's gonna hit the fan. I've warned and warned and warned and warned, and for the last 4 years, as I busted them fully engaged at shooting missiles at me, you know, with this gang stalking, they have not given up. They just keep poking the bear. And I feel no, you know, I don't feel sorry for them. You know, the shit's coming back. It's biting them in the ass. And I told them I was going to do this. And it wasn't me out taking revenge or me even vindicating myself. But I'm going to do what God has called me to do. And expose the hypocrisy and the evil that's being done to thousands of people, thousands of innocent, you know, people like me out here that are getting, you know, electronic harassment done to them day in, day out. And no one knows what it's like to go through that shit until you go through it. And as people sit here pushing buttons on me thinking this shit's funny, it's sick and it's mean and it's cruel. And I put yourself in my position. So I love to put yourself in my shoes and have you spend one night being harassed all night, electronically, through psychological and spiritual means, and attacking every vulnerability you have, and utilizing it and twisting it and lying about it and trying to control it to make me be or look like something I'm not. That's beyond evil. And they're wanting to call it love or training. Yeah, it's God's training. He allowed me to walk through it for a reason. And this reason is right now, and what I'm speaking about is I expose this stuff and I bring in the kingdom of heaven one day at a time with my other brethren out here that are being, you know, persecuted against for the wrong reasons. You know, it's about doing unto others, not persecuting them, and, you know, being a servant to others, not trying to destroy them, understanding another person, not trying to persecute and rail them or smear them or destroy them through social means or any type of harassment affiliated with spiritual, psychological, or social, cyber, any of that shit. But I'm not going to sit here and speak on that anymore, because that's what's been done to me. You know, I just want what's mine and what's been held from me. You know, I don't want to have to go out and legally do this the hard way when it could be done and given to me because it belongs to me and it's owed to me. You know, it just needs to be handed over. You know, I've proven myself and I don't need to do any more. And I don't care a few more days or however many more days they want to pull this bullshit to keep their finger on me to try to keep controlling me. It ain't gonna work. God controls me. He's the only one that controls me, and not one of you out here with a push button or a shitty word to say against me in a smear campaign gonna destroy me. I've already been destroyed into hell 4 times and back, and I'm gonna keep rising. And to exploit my sexuality is the worst move you've ever made. I'm not gay, I'm not bisexual, I'm a heterosexual male. And to try and destroy somebody and make them something they're not and make them look like, you know, the exact opposite and maybe destroy their chances with ever finding happiness again, that's pretty damn low. And only that would come from a sick, twisted woman that has hatred and is jealous of me for her own problems, not mine. I was attacked by the devil every time, and attacked through these Jezebel spirits through my whole family. And they're trying to chalk it off as love. But you better find a better means besides love and a whole lot of other shit to cover it up, because it's not working for me. It never will, because it's not the truth. None of it is. If you love me so much, why would you try to destroy me? Makes no sense. And the ones that were sold out, that bought out, and it was a mistake, that were suckered into this, I feel sorry for you. Because I do. I really do. And there's one in particular that truly, I think, loved me. But it was sold out because of her she was naive and gullible. And then head over heels and too far in depth and in deep when she saw the miracles that I was starting to perform and seeing what I was telling her was the truth about my identity and who I am. But at that point, I think she already knew. She knew more about me than I knew about myself. As God's, you know, showing me through my spiritual gifts and showing me signs and wonders about who I am and confirming it with everybody's actions and their holes in their story and a million other ways that, you know, shows me the truth and has brought me to the light on what's going on here. But you can't chalk love off of chuck destruction and love and call them the same thing, because it's just not. And anybody that, you know, question this